No dream is ever too big and no dreamer is ever too small. There is another saying that if your dream is big enough, facts don't matter. A farmer's son, Vera Prasad Reddy, had gone to America because he had some setback in the business just to recuperate from that shock. And his cousin, who was staying in America, he had to go and attend a conference in Geneva. So Vera Prasad also went to this conference in Geneva, which was on health. And there he heard a very derogatory remark made by some of the vaccine manufacturers about India or countries like India, where they said that these countries always come with a begging bowl. How long can we help these countries? We cannot continue helping these countries forever and so on. This infuriated Vera Prasad, and then he realized that India had suffering of many diseases, particularly hepatitis B, which was killing almost 340,000 people every year, whose life could be saved by vaccination. But the vaccine was too expensive for these people. The normal hepatitis B vaccine, one dose was costing 750 rupees, so 3 doses was costing about 2250, which many Indians couldn't afford. He therefore wanted to make these vaccines in India, but he was ridiculed because it required genetic engineering, and in those days genetic engineering was unknown in India. So he comes back and try to find out how he could do. Now, he has no microbiology background, he is not any pharma background, or he was just an ordinary graduate. And wherever he goes to do this and find help, he is ridiculed. He comes back to America again, goes to the biggest company making genetically engineered vaccines and asked them to sell their technology. And they started laughing at him, saying that even if you sell our technology, you don't have people in India who will understand this. You don't have labs, you don't have people who can actually work on such a technology. And what if 340,000 people are dying? You have enough people, you can afford to lose such number of people, and anyway they are poor people. This infuriated him even more, and he challenged them that very shortly he'll be able to make this vaccine in India. They thought he's gone crazy. Now, Vera Prasad didn't know what he's getting into, and his ignorance probably was the bliss. We have heard this, that bumblebee, the size of the body of bumblebee and the size of his wings, as per the law of aerodynamics, the bumblebee cannot fly. But the bumblebee doesn't know the laws of aerodynamics, and therefore a bumblebee go ahead and fly. Vera Prasad's condition was the same. He didn't know what he was getting into. When he wrote an application to the Ministry of Industries for getting permission or license to start a genetic engineering company, the application was sent to engineering department, where people were talking about making fabrication units and so on and so forth. There was not enough qualified people in India who understood genetic engineering. So he went back to America again and called a meeting of Indian biochemists who were working in US and tried to persuade them to work on this cause. And they were also not interested because they were not interested in giving up their jobs and taking up a challenge which they thought was almost impossible. Vera Prasad, although got one person who was interested to join him, and he comes back to India, and he meets accidentally the Vice Chancellor of Osmania University, who offers him space in their biotech lab to start work. And he also gives a research scientist who had just come back from US, Dr. Geeta, and together they start working on this project. Now there were a lot of hurdles in India because there were a lot of bureaucratic problems. The banks were not willing to finance such projects because there was no such precedence. There was not a single vaccine which was produced even by the big players in India, by the MNC in India, which were genetically engineered. So he was not getting help, the money was short, his father sells land to finance him. Ultimately, he gets help from the foreign minister of Oman, who takes 50% of the equity and arranges from the Omani bank 15 crores of rupees to kickstart the project. And Vera Prasad starts the project and is able to complete the mission in a very short span of 6 years. And when he was wanting to start clinical trial, the Indian Medical Association was not even allowing him to start the clinical trial. They said, have you taken this vaccine yourself? So Vera Prasad actually, he, his wife, his children, his daughter-in-law, his secretary, all of them take vaccines, and they go back to the Indian Medical Association after a month and said, look, we are still alive and nothing wrong has happened to us. And then they start a clinical trial on a controlled group, and the results were exceptional. By 1997, Renuka Chaudhary, the then health minister, launches this vaccine. And the vaccine, which was till then sold at 750 rupees per dose, Santa Biotech, the company of Vera Prasad, launches the same vaccine at 50 rupees per dose, 150 rupees for 3 doses. The antibodies which it was creating was 25,000 vis-a-vis the antibody created by the imported vaccine, which was only 450. It was super success in technology and in the affordability. Today, the price of the same vaccine is 25 rupees. And nobody dies in India with hepatitis B. And not only that, Santa Biotech then went and made several other vaccines at 1/10 the price at which the multinational companies were selling these vaccines in India. And because of this one man who is not being a biotechnologist but just having a dream, an impossible dream, he is able to save at least, prevent at least 1 million deaths every year in India, and that's a great achievement. And unfortunately, his achievement is not known to most of the Indians. Santa Biotech is not a very popular name as many other companies' name are. Shenrec was their first vaccine for hepatitis B. After that, they have already launched more than 15 vaccines, and all of them were great success. Today, they are exporting their vaccines to more than 70 countries, and their vaccines are considered to be better than the vaccines produced by the multinational corporations worldwide.